Hi guys, welcome back. So, Instagram made a huge policy change regarding self-harm a few days ago. What does that entail and what's gonna happen? That's what we're gonna talk about today, so stay tuned. So first off, why did they make those changes? So all those changes can be traced back to this girl called Molly Russell. She was around 15 when she killed herself something like a year and a half ago. And since then, her suicide has been linked to images and videos and groups on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So since her tragic death, this is a really sad story, since then her dad has been nagging Instagram to make changes and going on television and just trying to change the situation. If you want to know more about this story, I will link a video in the iCard so you can go see what this man is doing. It's really great. But what exactly is changing? So on the 7th of this month, so 7th of February 2019, Instagram announced a few changes on their platform. Here is an article I found. So based on that article, there will be two major changes. First one is that they no longer accept images of graphic self-harm. So from what I understand, before that, you could post a super triggering picture of open wounds, super deep wounds, whatever, as long as you're not openly glamorizing it or encouraging it. But now, even if you don't encourage it, images of open wounds won't be allowed anymore. And the second big change is that apparently now they won't let any non-graphic images related to self-harm, so stuff like scars or anything like that. They won't promote it in the research tab, they won't promote it in the hashtag section, in the discovery page and all of that. So images related to suicide, self-harm, but that are not triggering will be allowed, but shouldn't be put forward by Instagram. So what has changed so far? So from what I've seen, you can see way less of those super triggering open wound pictures on Instagram now. Before that, they were super easy to find, like you would type self-harm, that was the only thing you would see, like super triggering images of cuts, of bruises, of anything. And now they are way harder to find. So that's a good thing. But one thing that really hasn't changed is that they still suck at responding to pictures that got reported. So when I was looking for this video, the only few images that I saw that were open wounds that were clearly from self-harm, I would report them and I would get this message as usual. So they still aren't very good at responding to reports, and they would say like, no, it doesn't violate our policy, even though it clearly did. So way less super triggering images, but when you report the few you found, they still don't respond that great. So now for my opinion on it. I think this is a very great change. I do not support posting images of unhealed wounds of self-harm in any context. I don't think this should be done, so I'm really glad Instagram is finally doing something about that. I'm just kind of curious to see how they will implement the second change, so about not putting self-harm related content on the explore page and discovery page and stuff like that. This one I'm a bit more on the fence about. We'll see what it does. But as far as removing those open wound pictures, I'm really glad they're finally doing it. It's kind of sad that it took them almost a year and a half, because the suicide was in the summer of 2017. It's now the beginning of 2019. It took them all this time to finally do it. But at least they're doing it. And finally, I just wanted to talk a little bit about did those changes affect my Instagram account. Because if you still didn't know, my primary following is on Instagram. This is where I'm active on a daily basis for something like almost 3 years now. So that's where I do most of my work. I haven't had any content removed, even just the pictures of scars that are part of my Still Not For Attention campaign. So those are healed scars. I haven't had any problems with them. I didn't stop getting followers. My growth is very good and hasn't changed since this point. I have been getting reported quite a lot though, and that sucks. But I attribute that to this whole story just coming up again in the medias those last few days, weeks, and people thinking that just because I talk about self-harm, I'm part of the problem, I'm the problem, and just because I talk about it, then I should be reported. And those people don't take into account the fact that I'm working for awareness and to get people help. and to share my story. But yeah, I've been reported quite a lot lately. That's the only change I can really report since those changes is getting reported a lot, multiple times a day. So that's it for today. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this policy change. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think they should have done it differently? Please leave it in the comments. If you want to chat with me, you can hit me up on Instagram. Link is in the description. I answer every DM I get. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye guys.